Um, Sorry about that, family. This. What's going on? Waiting for some more people to fill up in this piece, and I get to y'all. Get to y'all in a few. Yeah, we gonna talk about some things tonight about this. Want to break things down, and this gonna be a mature conversation. It ain't gonna be I'll talk anybody. There ain't gonna be none of that. But we gotta find about this channel. It's all about finding solutions. So hold on, family. It's all about finding. So I want to welcome Darian Mary. Yeah, I ain't see you. I ain't see you in a while, fam. What's going on, Maximum? That's what's up. Thanks for coming, my brother. Jaquel Thomas. Thanks for coming. Appreciate that. I really do. We're gonna wait for some more people. Since last minute special live. We're gonna wait till it fold up. I find live people they just talk about certain things, but they don't want to find solutions. Anybody that know we all about finding solutions, yeah, hit them likes. Yeah, smash the hell out that like button. Also, God damn, let me see. Okay, I'm cool. I'm cool. Also, I have a PayPal account. Also, I got Super Chat. If y'all want to donate, either one, feel free. Nope, doesn't make it's up to y'all or not. Hit the like button. Okay. Jaquel, if you want to get on, it's all right. Jaquel, if you want to get on too, let me know. You want to let me know? Let me know, Jaquel. You want to get on? Let me know. Yes or no? Mm-hmm. What's going on, Ty Brown? How you feel? No. Shoot. Oh, okay. I see the link. Let me know you got it. I'll post a page. Okay, hold on, Jaquel. I'm glad everybody's showing up tonight. Very much appreciated.
What's up? What's up? Hey, we got the wrong avatar. Hey, JT, can you email me the link?
Oh, I'll send you the wrong one.
Yeah, yeah, because they got my wrong avatar up there. You see, you actually you used to hang out to call me. Just send the link to my email so I can click on that way. Then my right avatar show up.
All right, hold on. I think I know how to do it. Hold on, brother.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't know why. Yeah, why your avatar ain't popular? Because I noticed that.
Yeah, because this one, the way you send it, this one, you send it. I think you send it through Google Hangouts or something like that. I don't know. Q Butter did the same thing.
Oh, okay.
It calls me instead of if it calls me and I answer it. I don't know.
Mhm.
It changes my background avatar for some reason.
Okay.
I'm not sure what it, but if you send it to my email, I'll be able to click on it, come back on, and my right avatar will show up.
Okay. Let's see what's up with that. Keep on saying Leon Salmon. Why I keep on saying that? Okay, no, hold on.
Yeah, because that's my main email.
Okay, hold on. Is that okay? Is that's the same email, brother?
Yeah, it's the same email.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
but just send it this. Just send it to Nevo.
Let me know you got it.
Okay. Let me
So how you
see.
feel otherwise?
Doing good, man. Hold on, let me see if it came here. Okay. You send it to my email.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
All right. Rice, aka put your email in the chat. I'll copy it down and I'll put you on. No problem. Put your email in the chat. Then wherever I get it and you get on, you can take it right off. Wait for some more people to get on. All right, hold on, Rice. So this better, right?
Yeah, this should be. There we go.
That's better, right?
Yep.
So now from now on, instead of I send it the other way, I gotta send the other way through the hangout. I got let me send to your email. I gotta go that route. I can't send the other
Yeah.
route.
Right.
From now on. So I'm gonna copy it down from now on. You copy right there.
Okay.
So welcome, brother. How you feel?
I'm doing good, JT. What's up with you, man?
Man, I'm just grinding, dog. I'm just grinding. Man.
Man, I got plenty of time tonight, man. I'm chilling out, kicking up
Ah, okay.
down here in Florida in a hotel. About to go. I'm changing jobs, so
Oh
about
yeah,
to ride.
what job you changing to, brother?
Changing to this other trucking company, man, over in they out of Georgia named Hirschback. So I'm
Okay,
going down there. I'll be riding down there over the weekend. I ain't far from
okay,
there. So I'm gonna drive down there, set up shop down there, go to orientation in the morning, and be on the road by Wednesday. Be back on the
okay.
road by Wednesday. Right now, I'm just taking a little time to wind down and chill out, and whatnot, relax and shit.
Yeah. That's what's up.
When you drive a truck over the road, man, it kind of takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Yeah. But
So
we
just that,
appreciate you. We appreciate you, brother. Just letting you
yeah,
know right
man.
now. We just
Hey,
want you to be safe. We just want you to be safe. That's all it is.
that's what's up. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, brothers, too, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate all my brothers, man. I was telling I was telling Swoon the other day, and that we have to start like uh, helping each other, man. We got to start encouraging each other rather than trying to attack each other's talking points. One thing I've noticed is that when we talk, right,
Hmm.
we tend to talk to try to debunk each other.
Yeah.
I think that's something that we need to stop because that kind of builds up inward animosity towards one or the other.
Yeah, and I think what it is that though too, we have to learn to respect each other's existence.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we raised and how certain people raised. You just cannot say that. Oh yeah, I'm with some young people, but you're not raising them to respect the elders and the OGs. You cannot do that. That's not going to work.
I agree, yo. I agree 100%, bro. Oh man, we shared a brain on that
And I find quite a few brothers, they say they don't respect what you saying, and I come after, man. Listen, yo, dog. Listen, man, I ain't no thug or none. I'm 6'2.5", yo. I'm like 270 plus, dog. I'm not nothing something that you could run up on, dog. Yo,
one. No,
stop that gangster talk. You know, if you ain't, you know, and then brothers like they feel they did certain stats, they could say it. Nah, and that's the problem in our community. We don't check our rights. I'm on it right now, sweetie. So so that's why like I told some people, man, like yo, yo, brothers like me, we gotta like yo, you cannot say that, yo. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what that person represents, Joe. You don't know what that person all about.
I don't even play them clowns in here. We on YouTube. Like,
Hmm.
really? Yeah, I don't even. When they get tough with me, I don't even respond, bro. I'm like, all right, whatever. Bro. It's
Hmm.
YouTube, partner. But yeah, but I agree with what you were saying about like I was talking to some of the guys in the manosphere. You have to stop accusing women of this and that because it ultimately falls on us as leaders in our community. We have to raise our children better. Okay, if you want black women to stop choosing bad men, then let's start raising more good ones and
Hmm.
stop raising bad ones. Well, how do we stop raising bad ones? Well, first of all, we can get rid of some of the negative stereotypes in the community, such as
Hmm.
pimps, hustlers, uh, drug dealers. We can stop teaching our boys to aspire to be like these negative type men, womanizers and things like that.
Yeah. Hmm.
That we have to raise our daughters better. We have to raise our daughters to let them know that these aren't the type of men that you need to be with. I mean, we
Yeah.
have to just do our jobs as men and as parents. But you got guys who don't want to do that. They want to make excuses. Oh, it's the woman's fault. It's everybody else's fault.
The way I look at it, brother, is like this. And this is how I was raised by my parent, my late father, and my mom. She's still living.
Hmm.
If the woman is not good for you, you walk away. That's it. Don't put yourself. You know what I mean? You
Right.
walk away. You know if she's not good for you, she got to deal with that. So you just walk away, handle what you got to do. But sometimes, as kids, you know what I'm saying. You want to go out find find certain things you do, and you end up getting some. Oh shoot, my parents said the same thing. It's just that sometimes these kids today they not be raising by parents, man. And and the good parents that gonna give them the real. You know what I mean? And
Right. Right.
I think that the part of the matriarch, you know what I'm saying? That is
Hmm.
missing.
Right.
We don't want to talk about that because they feel that is old. Like me and you, they call us like dinosaurs. That's real talk right there. You know what I mean? And then I'm
Right.
saying like this though that there's nothing wrong that a certain man that give you some direction. And maybe it's not like maybe you think it's out of date, but it's not out of date. It applies right now. And then just to me, it's like that's what sometimes I don't. I could get on pipe, but I just like nah. I don't. Come on, man. You stop, man. You keep telling kids wrong thing, man. Don't respect. Yo, it's all about me. It's not all about you when you serve your people. You know what I mean? You serve your
That's
people
right.
because you want to. You put yourself out there because you want to. It shouldn't be about you want publicity or you want this and that. Nah, I don't do I don't do it for show. I do it because I want to. I want our people to succeed. That's it. Wherever I get out of it, I get out of it. I don't get nothing. That's all right. I keep it moving. We fail to understand what the real activist is all about, man.
Man, these guys are too into their
Mm-hmm.
ideologies. Their ways of what they think life is supposed to be. The thing about it
Mm-hmm.
is, what kills me is this: how many factions are we going to create? We have all of these factions around here. We have the Moors, we have the Hebrew Israelites, we have the Kemetic people, we have the Black Power people, we have the RG what was it? RG the beat. that red, black, and green or whatever. We got them. We got um uh uh Aborigines. We got everything else except who we supposed to be. We don't
Mm-hmm.
have anybody walking around here pretend. We don't have anybody walking around here wanting to be black. Okay, we got people walking around here wanting to be everything else but black. You know, not identifying with being black. I'm an Aboriginal. I'm half Asian. I'm half Hawaiian. I'm half Cuban. My mother is she's butter pecan and all this other nonsense. But you see, other cultures are benefiting off of our confusion about our own culture. Other cultures, I mean, other people are raping our culture and they're benefiting on my culture. You know the craziest thing I've seen?
Mm-hmm.
There's a white woman from England on YouTube right now, okay? Kind of heavy set, just a regular lily white woman. She has a video teaching other white people how to crip walk.
No.
Wow.
Well, how you feel, my sister? How you feel, Queen? Welcome. Welcome to the panel.
Hey, Underrated, how are you?
Yeah, say hi to
Hey,
my brother Maximum, right?
Hey, I'm sorry, what's his name again?
Maximum. That's the man, right?
Maximum. Hey,
yeah.
Maximum, how are you?
Hey, hey, sister, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me, you guys.
Anytime. So, it's Maximum. You say that again. Am I hearing you right?
Yeah. There's a white woman on her. You can Google crip walk, right?
Right.
First of all, there's several white people doing it, okay? But there's just one white woman from England, just a very half fat, whatever, lily white woman, teaching other white people how to crip walk. But yet we don't want to embrace our culture. We walking around here talking about we aboriginals, we Indians, we this, we that, we this. People are raping our culture.
Mm-hmm.
And they're bidding from me from raping our culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many, check this out. You know how many views that video has? It has thousands of views.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's going to get more too.
Now here's the deep part of this message, right? That most people will overlook. Okay, they are so fascinated by our culture that they're even willing to copy the criminal element of our culture.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that for a second. So immersed in us, so fixated on us, so obsessed with us that they're even willing to appropriate our criminal element, the criminal element part of our culture, and do it proudly in front of the entire world. But yet we, but yet we don't want to embrace our own culture. You got people walking around here proud to be a part of the criminal element of our culture, and we don't even want to be a part of our own culture. Make that make sense.
They should don't make no sense. Let me welcome Jaquel. Thanks for coming, brother. Jaquel
Oh, no doubt, man. Peace to you and the panel, yo. Thanks for having me.
is anytime, anytime. We're gonna wait for some more people to get on. Then we're gonna talk about this. We have to talk about because I see on ever since the few days, people, oh, they do this and that, but we not really talking about the illness and our kids is really affect in our community. And I definitely want to talk. It is going to get heated. I know it might get heated, but it's all we do. Let's find some solutions. Let's respect each other and everything. But I'm talking about finding solutions of this. All right. I might read a story that I found and everything. People is not familiar of it and everything. There is a daycare woman that is a Christian daycare owner had bailed out R. Kelly for $100,000 a few days ago. I want that to marinate. We're gonna talk about that in a few minutes, but I definitely want to get back Maximum. Let me get this straight. There is a white lady teaching crip,
Teaching other white people how to crip walk.
have crip walk, and I know, and she have thousands of views.
Thousands.
Wow,
It,
there
it,
you go.
it just goes to show you how we influence the rest of the world. People are
Mhm.
so obsessed with us. I mean, when you're so obsessed with a race of people that you're even willing to appropriate the criminal element of that people, that's obsession to the extreme.
Yeah.
That tells you the type of influence that we have over the rest of the world. But yet
Hmm.
we don't want to embrace ourselves. We're walking around here calling ourselves anything other than black. I mean, people are just making stuff up, talking about people have basically turned themselves into Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors. I'm hearing people talking about, oh, I'm strawberry, I'm vanilla, I'm butter pecan. I'm not black.
Oh, oh,
You know,
somebody told me, yo, I ain't black, man. I'm chocolate from Africa. I'm
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Serious, yeah, I heard it all.
It's some kind of fad now to be all of these things. Yeah, I'm mixed with Cherokee. I'm mixed with this and that. I'm mixing. There's a fad now. People just don't want to embrace being black. But yet, other cultures, not only do they want to be black, they're making money off of wanting to be black.
Thanks for stopping by, sister. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping by. Show me love. I really appreciate that. We're gonna wait for some more people to get in because when we get this going, I'm not turning back. Go ahead, Queen. Go ahead and speak.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. So, we're talking about the R. Kelly situation, correct?
Yeah, we talking
Yes.
about
Um,
Kelly. We're gonna break it down into other things too. But like this is the first
so
time that okay.
yeah. So, pertaining to that, she's a daycare owner who has bailed him out of prison, which is really condescending because of the case, regarding him allegedly. I want to say allegedly, you guys, having sexual encounters with underage girls, and this is like, what is this saying to people? Is this saying that it's okay? I mean, because to be honest with you, you guys, it's some people who are like, well, he's not found guilty yet, and so on and so forth.
Hmm.
So they're looking at it from that aspect. They're not really looking at it from um, what a lot of other people are saying. Like, they're automatically throwing stones at him without him being actually found guilty yet. So, um, but what a lot of people are saying is that, it's really, it's sad because she's a daycare owner around children. Um, you're a daycare owner, you're around children every day. So what's the message that you're trying to display? Are you saying that it's okay for people to do what they're to involve themselves with underage girls? Like, what is that message saying to society? And if he is found guilty, what is that message saying to society? But I mean, the last trial that he had, he wasn't found guilty. You know what I mean? But I want to hear what you guys think about it. Do you think he's guilty? Do you think this is just a distraction for us to keep us off track of what we're really supposed to be working towards or accomplishing? Do you think this is because a lot of times they do throw little rocks to keep us focused on that main rock and not focused on what they're really doing to us and what laws that they're passing behind our backs. So what do you guys think about that?
Well, I'm gonna take a jab at first,
Okay.
and I'm gonna talk as a man perspective.
Okay.
All right,
Mhm.
because see, sometimes I want you to understand this a lot. It's the way how it is, they want to hear from a woman perspective, rightfully so. But when it comes to us, and I'm talking about masculine men,
Mhm.
they don't want to hear from. But I'm gonna tell you like this: he been doing this for a long time.
Mhm.
All right, almost 30 years. Rockwell could say something about that, and Maximum Black could say something like that. And and the thing about that is that I'm one of the few of the men that they said that, yo, why you fuck with these little girls? Now Maximum, he could talk like he's in Jersey because he's seen it himself. I know in New York, he messed with these women. Now he's messed with these little girls, and some of us be had to like, yo, what is you doing? Having these young girls, and then at the same time, we got to blame the parents. And then sometimes when we say that, oh, you don't know, you have to understand. A child want to do, who is the parent? And see, and that is the thing that we don't like talking about. But I understand what you're saying, sister. We cannot be blind to what's going on, these laws and everything. But I'm just saying, what this woman had done, she's supposed to be a Christian daycare. Understand that.
Right.
I'm not picking on no women. I'm talking about of the religious aspect.
Right.
She's supposed to be a Christian. She's supposed to be a woman of God. She's supposed to set the example.
Right.
And what happened, you go against what everything that you said that what God was saying in the Bible. It just has the same thing as, I may be alone. It just has the same thing as some of these men and women. They are pastors and they having sex with these little boys and these little girls, or they cheating around with them. It's the same damn thing. This been going on in our community for a long time, and a few of us have spoke against it, but it went on deaf ears. And now you want us to pick up your pieces? Nah. So Maxima, after that, Jaquel.
Um, yeah, I'm sorry, I was eating something. The R.Kelly thing. Other things going on here with the woman. Now, does she know him?
Yes, friends.
Okay, so she's doing this because she feels sorry for him, and see, R. Kelly was created, and then he was enabled because he was talented. All of this was allowed to go on because he was supremely talented. I don't blame him as much as I blame everybody around him that allowed this to happen. The girl that bailed him out, she knows this. She understands this. She feels some kind of way about him, and probably feels if you would have a conversation with her, she probably feels that he wouldn't be the way he is now had a certain thing didn't take place in his life earlier.
Mm.
Okay, she probably feels that a lot of this isn't his fault, even though it looks crazy to us. Okay, so him, I don't, yeah, I can't really feel one way or the other without him about him because if you're doing this to children, to women, obviously your mind is infected. Okay, and something has to be done about that. But on the same, on the other side of that coin, I hold the people around him more accountable. I
Mm-hmm.
think that their punishment should be more egregious
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
because they allowed this to fester.
Mm-hmm.
They enabled him. They didn't get the child any help when he suffered sexual trauma at the hands of his sister, who created him, by the way.
Excellent point.
Okay, his sister. We don't want to talk about that because it comes out that we're bashing black women, but his sister created him by sexually traumatizing him, and they never got him any help, and he turned into this monster. And now we all supposed to say, "Oh, he's bad because he's a black man," and we supposed to beat the hell out of him because of what he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at the people around him. He's been doing this for years, years. I mean, years,
Right.
and he hasn't been stopped. He's been enabled. Who for? Who's really at fault here, him or the people around him?
Yeah, I agree on that. And John Quay, I want you to get into it too. And I think to go more your point, Maximum, and this is the thing about it. It been out there for a long time that his older sister has molested him. And I want to know there ain't no picking on the sister. I want to
No,
know
pick a
what.
no. Pick on his sister.
And I'm saying like this. Why nobody has not talked about that for years?
She needs to be in the forefront too. I
Exactly.
think I think we're making a mistake not bringing her out in the forefront because she created him.
Hmm. And so before the sisters, you picking on black women. No, there ain't no picking on. It been out there for a long time. And I want to know why this has not been talked about.
A lot of people not
That
standing
particular
on
black.
morals and principles, yo. A lot of folk are not standing on morals and principles because the history is there. The man is the signs were there since Aaliyah. So I'm not only gonna put responsibility and accountability on just him, but what about the parents of these children? You as a parent, there's nowhere in the world you should not know about your whereabouts of your daughter or even allow her to get in a situation to where she can be taken advantage of by this person, especially if you know he has a history. So it's a
Right,
whole bunch of blame to go around with this situation. My
right.
thing is, I don't think that we all should have selective outrage with this shit. Because a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people want to point the solely the blame on just R. Kelly. Yes, I'm not taking up for R. Kelly. He's a piece of shit to me. Point blank, period. But we not gonna just say like it's solely based upon him. And these
Right,
girls, let's be completely honest about this situation. These girls going all out of their way to go make themselves available for him. So
mm-hmm.
I'm putting all that responsibility on the parents
Right,
because as a parent, you should put your child in a position to where they know that nobody should touch you inappropriately, and you shouldn't
right,
even go into another vicinity of a grown man, period, without you being present. That's
right,
my whole thing with that situation.
right. Can I touch on what you just said?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Jack, Jacquel, am I pronouncing your name right? I
Yes, ma'am. Go
wanted,
ahead. Yes,
I
ma'am.
wanted to say that you're absolutely right because, where are the parents? And that's the thing because a lot of these parents, they really aren't parents. They had kids when they had their kids when they was like 13, 14, 15. So a lot of these parents, they start having their kids at a young age. So they really don't care what their 13, 14-year-old is doing because they did it. These are the parents that we're talking about. They don't care. So when you said where are the parents, that there they are. They're the ones who started popping off kids at 13 to 14. I have, for an example, to give a brief example, I have a lot of aunties who start having sex at 13, 14 years old with grown men and having kids at 13 to 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? They think it's normal when it's really is not. And then their kids started doing it. Then their kids started doing it. So you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that goes on in today's society. So where are the parents? There they are, right there. So they're not really parents. You know what I'm saying? And they're not really setting a good example for what a kid should be doing and not doing. They don't really care about. what their 13 to 14-year-old is doing, especially if they say, well, mom, I'm going with R. Kelly. He's going to help me with my music career. She's probably like, oh, yeah, go ahead, girl. When I was 13, I had you. Or when I was 14, girl, I had you. Or whatever. So, girl, I was talking to a 22-year-old girl when I was 14. That was your daddy. So, girl, I don't care, and it's because he a celebrity and because he's famous, you know, a lot of these parents are like not caring. They're really not parents. So they really don't care because of how they were raised and brought up.
Yeah, and
Those are facts. Those are facts because it come across as if you pimping your children out because somebody has a status in society where he be a celebrity or somebody in a high echelon in financial stability. And I think that's dangerous in our community as of now. Like, for instance, again, the history has been there about R. Kelly. Common sense will tell the genuine populace is that he got married to Aaliyah when he was 28 and Aaliyah was 15. The only way you could get married is if the parents legally give you consent that you can do that.
Right.
So it's like when my thing is the timing of it all. That's my thing. Whenever he went to trial for the child porn video he had with his young sister,
Mm.
all this should have came out then. Why all of a sudden now?
Right.
He should have been behind bars. So
Right.
I feel as if we did a injustice to our community and our children by letting this person roam around this long, and now all of a sudden it's like it come across as if y'all covering up because now all of a sudden it's like the black men are the face of pedophilia these days. Because I heard in an article that somebody was talking about on YouTube to where they try to compare R. Kelly to Elvis, and the type of language they would use. R. Kelly is a predator, but in the same breath, they'll say that Elvis was romantically involved with Priscilla.
no, and
Yes,
right, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. But that's the ringer they've been throwing at what's going on. Money Boy Films, what's good? And that is the thing about it. I want more sisters to come on the panel because I want y'all hear from your perspective too. But
Yeah, let me.
this the problem I had. That sometimes us as black men and black when we get caught up, we get caught up in these scenarios. Oh, but look at R. Kelly. Okay, yeah, look at R. Kelly. We talk about R. Kelly because he part of our community. Okay, Gigi, I'm still going to work on it. I'm still going to work on it. And we get look at Jerry Lee Lewis,
Right.
Predator, Predator, married his, I believe his cousin, 14, and I think he was like in his 30s.
yes,
We,
sir.
can-
Yes,
we can
sir.
go
Talk about
on.
it.
We can go on, and even white women go on, and other nationalities go on and on. But at the same time, that's a good point to bring up too. That because we got to talk about that too. But at the same time, when it's time for our people, if you wrong, you wrong.
That's a fact. That is
Right.
a fact.
Well, I look at it this way. I don't blame R. Kelly. I know some people may find that strange, but I don't because I this is what I expected from him. He is the expected result given the environment he's been raised in. He's been raised in an environment that sexually traumatized him, didn't give him any help, and encouraged his sexual deviant behavior. When
Mm-hmm.
you do that, especially as a child, and you continue to do this, he will grow into a predator. He will grow into a sexual predator, a monster. And when you have a monster that you're creating and that you're making money off of, and you're enabling them to continue to do what he's doing, I blame the people around him. Those are the monsters. Those are the real monsters, not him. He was sexually traumatized as a child. When a child's mind is blown, their whole reality changes.
Mm-hmm.
Trauma changes a person's reality. It changes their perception of what they see, feel, think, and hear. So you traumatize a child like that, and then you encourage the sexual deviant behavior, what do you think is going to happen? He's going to grow into a monster. And everybody in that environment knew that this was going to happen and they encouraged it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the
Right.
real monsters. Those are the ones who should be going to jail. Not saying R. Kelly shouldn't go to jail. You have to go to jail because you uh, did this bad act. Most people aren't going to sit here and analyze your background like that. But the people around him are the real monsters. They need to be under the damn jail because they're creating monsters,
Mm-hmm.
sexual monsters.
I agree.
Right.
I can agree. I can agree with you, and I gotta respectfully disagree at the same time. A lot of what you just said, OG, big bro, I agree
Uh huh.
with 95% of that. But me being personally, I got molested when I was young. I went got help. You as a person that was so traumatized, I think it's your responsibility and you owe it to yourself to go seek personal help. So where you don't put another person in the same position or be traumatized the same as you did. So do I believe R. Kelly is a piece of shit? Yes. Do I think he should have got help? Yes, he had financial assets and all that to go get help. So I
Right.
can't really excuse his behavior at all. I can't really excuse it, but at the same time, is I'm like a lot of people are getting things twisted to where they think we defending R. Kelly. It's not that. It's why don't we have this
I think.
outrage for everybody? They had what's this guy name in Florida? Epstein, I believe his name is. Why isn't that same type of energy to publicly humiliate him? And he did basically the same thing. This
Okay.
is this is all reminiscent of what Jack Johnson had to go through, even though he was dealing with women of age. But they basically
Hmm.
placing the man act upon R. Kelly. That's basically what they're trying to charge him with. The
Right.
man act.
Okay. I understand, Jaco, but let me ask you a question. If it's personal, you know what? You can always hit me up on a low low. When you got help, would you? I mean, did you have to pay for the help?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Okay, you
Yeah.
paid for the help. I want you to understand what I'm saying. That's good, and I'm happy for you and stuff like that. We're gonna take R. Kelly out the way for now. If you see our community when this happened to us, and I'm not making no excuses, I want people on the panel and even in the chat understand what I'm talking about because sometimes we don't like to talk about economics and health. It does go together. When you do not have certain resources in your community, you don't have the money, it's going to flourish. I'm not saying that is wrong. I'm just saying that we got to talk about that too. We got to really talk about because I hear people say this person got to get help, this person got to get help, but you don't know of that time when it happened to R. Kelly that he has the money of the time when it happened to him. And so what I'm saying, with all this festering up as a grown man, here it is. So the ones who molest him, here it is. It is your problem now. So he has to deal with it. Again, I'm not taking up with R. Kelly. I'm just saying strategically, we have to change our broader of thinking. And at the same time, we, like I said before, we have to expand our reality. There's a lot of people have failed R. Kelly. And that conversation, I understand what you're saying, Maximum. It is not talked about. And I think we should need to talk about that because there's quite a few R. Kellys that's happening right now. And I'm talking about little boys, and we don't like to talk about it. It happens to little girls too. Not saying that. It does. But I'm just saying, now you asking a grown man that hardly got no help. Again, I'm not making no excuses. Understand what I'm saying. I'm talking about almost there 40, he in his 40s right now. And why the other
Right.
people just turn their back. And we got to talk about that. They family they got the money, right? Okay, giving them money, put them up. Then everybody, then the family and the other ones had turned their heads. And I went massive. I locked their ass up too. And the parents are there with it. I locked their ass up too. All I'm just saying, I'm gonna put the blame to the sister because she shouldn't do that. She shouldn't bail them out. That's me. That's how I feel. But at the same time, all this should be spread around. And we should not let the media talk about our narrative, what's going on in our community. And that's the other thing too that I don't like about this, because I see some YouTube channels, they making fun at this and everything. This is not a funny time. It affect our community. And they make it seem like that our community, we not defend against this. And that's not true. Our community has stand against us. But I'm just saying, the ones who've been around R. Kelly, be eating on R. Kelly for just about over 30 years, they should get they need to get reprimanded. I'm sorry. No, I'm not gonna say I'm sorry. Something need to happen to them right now. No, because it's not fair. And I'm downright pissed off about it because certain ones in our community, we don't, you got to understand and this and that. You going to tell me you don't know what your daughter leaving out 10, 11 o'clock at night? You going to tell me that? Or even a little boy, a young boy leave out 11, 12 at night. Now, Master, let me ask you a question. Do you have kids?
No, I don't.
Okay, you're an uncle, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you a question because your mom, you know what I'm talking about. If I'm saying like if your niece spend the night with you, I'm just saying staying with you, you're gonna know what her whereabouts at, right?
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And then when some of us, what we do, we want to let these people off the hook. But then what the sad thing about it, R. Kelly family, R. Kelly people paying these people off to keep their mouth shut for 30 fucking years? Come on now.
And you know what? And I'm not disagreeing with anyone. I can understand the outrage and how people feel. I mean, these were young girls for crying out loud. And I get it. And I don't want to try to downplay anybody's what they've gone through. But I think sometimes we have to understand some things that take place. Everything isn't an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, trauma is a real thing. You can be traumatized right now and never be the same again for the rest of your life, depending on what the trauma is. So my thing is, you have people around this man for years, okay, encouraging this kind of behavior because they're not doing anything to stop it. They're more concerned with getting paychecks and using him as a cash cow rather
Mm-hmm.
than giving him some help. They didn't even care about him.
No.
And they don't care about him now because he's taking the fall, right? When they are the ones who also should be taking the task, especially the parents who are bringing their children up there. I don't know how in the hell you bring your young daughter up somewhere with some strange man you've never seen. She's underage and you just leave her up there to do whatever. You see the type of environment that's going on. There's not one parent that went to that place and could tell me that they didn't see the type of environment it was. Because it wasn't like it was hidden. It was in plain view what was actually going on over there. But yet you still leave your child over there. And we're supposed to blame other people for the terrible decisions that you're making with your children. So to me, the blame there's plenty of blame to go around, and the people who encourage this, they need to be on Front Street, especially his sister. Yeah, pick on her. She needs to be on the forefront too, because she created him.
I agree. I'm with you on that. That's all I'm saying.
I can't disagree with nothing that brother just said. He said it's beautiful. I can't disagree with anything he just said.
She should be going to jail right along with him.
Right.
Now we all agree. Let me make this clear for the masses that might be watching my brother's live stream on this topic, so I can make it perfectly clear. Because I'm pretty sure my brother gonna get dislike on this video because they gonna automatically assume, especially the suspected, as we call it on YouTube, the white people, DWIGHT. They're gonna assume that we're automatically defending R. Kelly. No, we're not. We don't condone his actions. So let me put that disclaimer out. No, I'm just putting the disclaimer out there because I know how people act on YouTube, bro. So I want to put that message out there for everybody on this panel and including and my brother's platform. We do not condone R. Kelly's behavior and his action at all. I just wanted to make that clear.
Mm-hmm.
But let's put it this way. This is why the R. Kelly thing is so complex in our community. They pretty much arrested R. Kelly for a video he did with the same victim.
Right.
That basically implies that you're indicting him on double jeopardy charges. You can't charge him for something that the court automatically just said that they found him not guilty for. That's dangerous. That's number one. Number two, I want all my brothers and sisters to realize this. They're making a black person, sister or brother, the face of everything negative in this country. Pay attention. Pay attention. That's all. That's all.
I agree with the brother 100%. I'll buy that for $1.
And I agree to. Oh, hi, Gigi. Zero Kel. I'm gonna get you in a few. Hi, Gigi.
I'll say this too.
Go ahead, bro.
We have to get serious about dealing with our own. Kelly needs to be dealt with by us, and his family and the people that surround him also need to be dealt with by us.
Right.
Facts. Facts. May I also add, because I'm starting to see this a lot on Twitter and CNN and all that, they putting it as if we're defending R. Kelly. No, we are one of the few communities in this country where we don't condone pedophilia. Period. Pedophiles get beat up. In most cases, I hate to say it on your platform, bro. I don't want you to get flagged by me saying this. In most cases, pedophiles get killed or beat the hell up in our communities. Right. We don't condone that behavior. So don't y'all sit up there and y'all put that charge on anybody on this panel in the chat room and my brother JT that we are defending R. Kelly's actions. No, we do not condone pedophilia in our community at all.
I want to know why people are defending his family and the people who are around them. I want to know why they're not being brought to task. They're defending them. They're worse than he is.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's hard for people to see because they're just looking at the acts that R. Kelly committed, but they are worse than he is. They knew he was like this. They knew this man was sick, and they never tried to get him any help. They just they just used him as a cash cow. That's basically inhumane.
Mm-hmm.
How come they're not being brought to task? How come there are no more arrests? There should be several arrests going on right now. Several.
Mm-hmm.
We got one arrest? That's ridiculous.
I agree.
And if I can briefly, can I pretty much piggyback off of what he just said? It's like basically you could pretty much file all those that's coming out now with obstruction because they had knowledge of R. Kelly's character years ago, whenever he was on trial years ago. So they should have spoke up sooner than they did. And there's no such thing as he had too much money, he had too much power. That's not the way this country works. This country always was built to make sure the black man is down. That's why I don't understand how so many people could say like Bill Cosby raped all those women or whatever. I don't know personally, but I know the history of this country. A white woman screaming rape, that doesn't sound right to me. And she was too scared to go to the general population. They had people got lynched for less charges than that. Look at Emmett Till's situation. So don't have selective outrage. Call it all the way across all boards, whether you be white, black, whatever. You still got Epstein's of the world, Brian Singler, you got Woody Allen, all that. Why aren't they being paraded around in the media like that?
you should know the answer to that, bro. I didn't mean to laugh, but oh, I gotta get him back on. G,
I agree with the brother, man. Boy, you hard. It's hard hitting tonight, bro.
yeah, that's how I do, man. That's
Yeah,
how
it's
my
hard
thing.
hitting tonight.
Yeah, that's how I do. I'm gonna get you back, Jacquel, because sometimes it be like that. Oh, welcome, GG.
Let me say something real quick about Bill Cosby.
Okay.
He just simply got railroaded. Okay, all of them women coming out of that's BS. Back in those days, everybody was popping pills.
Motherfucker right now.
I mean, they used to have Quaalude parties back then for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was popping pills back then. So all of this about no, I don't believe none of that. And then the one that they got him convicted on, the white woman or the white man, whatever the hell she is, that hard looking dyke, the one that looked like the remember the
That
gay
heifer look like Mick Jagger, bro. She look
yeah
exactly
yeah
like
yeah
Mick Jagger.
yeah. I mean, come on, man. I mean, he got railroaded, okay, and I think he got railroaded behind some other stuff. From what I hear, someone came out and said he did try to buy NBC, and they didn't like that, and there was some things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. He got railroaded behind some other stuff. You know, do I believe he raped the women? Absolutely not.
And I also say, like I said, it's always important to remember history.
But I
They
tell
try
you
to
what,
make the black man the face of everything. They tried to make Chris Brown the face of domestic violence. Around the same time, they had this baseball player. I can't think of his name at this moment. He beat his wife. He shot a gun at her and everything. They didn't suspend this man. I think they suspended him like a year after the fact, but he was still paid for it. Like, stop having this selective outrage. Justice is supposed to be blind, no matter what color it is, whatever. If you a fucked up person, stop just making us the face of everything. This is why Hillary Clinton was so dangerous, and why we didn't rush to the polls to vote for her, because she painted us as super predators and shit like that. Because they project everything negative in the country upon us as black people. They claim us to be homophobic. We embrace domestic violence. We don't know how to treat our women and all that, and that's a dangerous rhetoric to preach. And it's just sad how the media put us as the face of everything wrong in this country. And you got somebody like a Trump. This is the man in direct charge of our country, chauvinistic, saying that he will grab a woman by the vagina, all that, and they don't really comment on. They don't make him the face of being a chauvinist. It's always attack on black men, and I think we need to wake up, both brothers and sisters, to see what the media and the country portrays us.
Yeah. Okay, but I want to get GG and GT. Welcome.
Hello, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, ma'am. Peace, good sister. How you doing?
peace,
I'm doing
GG.
well. Hi. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, I'm just basically listening in a little bit because I came in kind of like wondering what the hell is going on. But I don't know if you guys can see me either.
Hey, Gigi. Sorry.
Hi, guys. I'm using this new tablet, but I'm hearing about like R.Kelly and black men and the whole blaming situation, and so I'm kind of like, um, so are we just speaking on R. Kelly in just general, or are we just speaking about what are we doing?
Well, we
It's a
talk.
mixture. It's a mixture.
It's a mixture, but it's connected. You know how
Yes,
my
Yeah.
ma'am.
GG. You
All
know
right.
what the channel is now. You know you come on now.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. Okay, I came in and I was hearing that. Okay, with the whole molestation thing, and I think it was it you. Maybe it was Max who said this. But you were like, yeah, let's blame it on the people that encouraged them. Yeah, let's do that too. I mean, anybody who knew anything about it that knew nothing about it is involved in it. Okay.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
I
I
mean,
couldn't agree.
I cannot be one of those people who sit back and watch something happen and not do something about it or pull myself away from it and be like, I'm not going to be involved in this bullshit. But they were getting paid at the same time while encouraging him. And he may have had a past, he may not have. Maybe that's a way to kind of clean the slate. You know how R.Kelly does. R.Kelly is a smooth talker. R.Kelly will tell all his business in his song, and then when the shit hits the fan, start going gospel on us. And then so you gotta see the manipulation of this fool. He's a narcissistic person. He's got regardless on if he was abused or not, he would have done this shit regardless.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah,
Zero,
I don't.
zero
I,
Kevin. Hold on, brother. Zero Kevin. Let me write here. Zero Kevin. Calvin, what's
What's
good?
up?
Hi, Kelvin.
Oh man, I'm chilling, brother. Appreciate you having me on.
All right. Your take, please. I know you was hearing in the chat.
Yeah,
And
Peace,
what
good
your
brother. Peace, good brother. That's the
yeah,
one.
yeah,
I'm
Peace, brother. I'm
yeah.
happy.
sorry.
Matter of fact,
Yeah.
first and
Mhm.
foremost, introduce yourselves, please.
Zero Kelvin. You know, I mean, I come around to YouTube sometimes, do my
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, you be floating. You be floating.
Yeah, yeah, I just
What
do
does that
me.
mean?
He be floating, GG be floating, Jaquel,
Oh,
Max, and you everywhere. So you
That's
you
a fact. I do
you
be
the dean,
floating.
you the dean of floating. You know what I'm saying? If Max, if you're not on that panel, yo, he must be sick or something. You know.
I always say it
Yeah,
like this, man. When people ask where I be like, I like to talk sometimes. That's it. Like, I just like to talk sometimes. Other than that, I
There's
just like to
nothing
just
wrong
play
with
the
that.
cut.
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
wanted to say something. I wanted to say something about Bill Cosby real quick.
Right.
oh, Bill
Okay.
Cosby.
Yeah. The problem I got with Bill Cosby is this. No, I don't believe he raped any of those women. But
I
I'm not
believe.
sorry that
I'm sorry.
No, that's you right. You entitled to your opinion. Hey, we respect
right.
it.
Right. And so but I'm not sorry he's in jail because you see I got a problem with what he did to his wife. I mean, you don't have
Facts.
a woman like that, bringing beautiful children into this world for you and holding it down for you and standing by you, and you're out there traipsing about the whole countryside, laying down with other women. And I'm talking about to the degree of what is it, 60 women, 40, 50, 60 women? That's nothing about being a man. That's disgusting.
mm,
So even if you didn't land in jail for rape, you should be in jail just off the strength of that, as far as I'm concerned.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
way
yeah,
I
that,
look at that situation is once he got convicted, all the people that accused him disappeared. So that strikes me as weird.
Yeah,
well,
I don't have a problem with him being in jail
Well,
because he
and
he did his wife dirty, man.
yeah,
I agree. I agree. I agree 100% on
And,
what you're saying
you
with his
know,
wife.
and,
I
no,
definitely agree with that.
yeah,
that's
oh yeah, I got let me introduce Rice in the house.
yeah.
Thank
I was
correct.
gonna
Peace,
say,
peace, peace.
hey, I was gonna say, I'll be on BGS for Women and BGS channel,
Turn the lights on
but
all over.
I was introduced to Char BGS from Zero and Black in Japan, so I just wanted to say that. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
like I
You say
said, you don't
who?
you
You say
don't
who
you
was?
don't do you don't do a woman like that, man. There's nothing manly or honorable about that.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree on that. I do agree on that. But this is the question that I want to ask, and then I'm going to put it at Gigi, I want you to go first. Jarquel, Brother Master, Rice, and then Zero. We already know what happened to R. Kelly. And
Mm.
Max, and Maximum, I'm gonna go more on your point that it's supposed to be other people. I believe it should be other people who should get paid for it. Now, after all of this, now this channel that Gigi already know, Jaquel already know, even Maximum. This channel is all about solutions. I want to
Yes.
hear some solutions, fam. And how do we advocate the ones that put R. Kelly, I mean, because they put, that let him go on this downward spiral, pay for it? Gigi, you go first, please.
I feel that um, the same people who are sitting there who knew about it, the security guards, the managers, the parents, everybody should be accountable. They should. And I mean, and you're right, Max. I believe in what you're saying because I've seen little fast girls, but that's not their fault. As a grown person, you are to know, calm your nerves, go somewhere with that shit. You know what I mean? You are not supposed to be enticed by it. You're supposed to shut that part of your brain down and say, that's not for me. You know? You ain't even supposed to even play with that thought. And for you to be behind the scenes or whatever in managing, oh, because you need a job is not that damn serious compared to somebody else's life. I feel like whoever facilitated the room, facilitated then card these girls, then check their parents, then ask permission, then do nothing, should have been accountable also. Whoever didn't watch out for those children should have been accountable. It's just like if my child got on a bus and the bus driver didn't do nothing and they saw my child being held up, no, the whole freaking city's gonna pay.
Right.
Okay. Thank you. All
That
right.
was,
Thank you
you
very
know,
much.
I got a giggle in there.
Mm-hmm. All right. I guess Mac Jaquel. Jaquel, you next.
My fault, bro. What was the question? I'm sorry, bro. I got
Oh,
zoned out. My
okay.
bad.
Okay, no problem. The question is what we was talking about, right? We talking about the ones should really pay for it, right?
Yeah.
How do we go by advocating the ones that I mean, like I said, but they know what's going on, but they turn their back on them. How do we advocate to make them pay for it?
They all should be held accountable for their actions. Anytime
No,
you,
no, what will you do?
I don't think you want me
Hang
to
them.
answer that question honestly. I don't think you want me to answer that question honestly. If I'm not a person that's have direct ties to the law, me personally, like I said, I was molested as a child. I believe all. I'm not gonna speak that rhetoric on your channel. I got too much respect for you, brother, but it would be some street shit involved. I'll put it to you that way. But and that include the parents and all that. All of them will be subjected to some street justice. But and I'll leave it at that. I'll
Okay.
leave it at that.
Okay. Maximum.
Okay. Um. As far as R. Kelly, knowing as an adult, knowing right from wrong, it's easy for us to say that, but again, we don't even know if he's still operating in his right state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
He was severely sexually traumatized as a kid, and when people are traumatized to a certain extent, their mind starts to malfunction. So what his reality was may not be reality itself. So for all we know, he could have been operating completely out of his mind. We don't even know that because we
Okay,
don't know how badly he was traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
Max,
Okay,
Max,
now
can I say something real quick?
Sure, go right ahead.
When you underline, and okay, I think I made a statement one time where it's like, because I took psychology in school and I took forensic psychology, and then the mind of a narcissist or sociopath or a serial, people who do certain shit out of context, is
Mhm.
that they know what they're doing, and they know that they're doing wrong. They know they're inflicting pain. They actually love the pain. For him to take shit on people and make them eat shit and piss on them, that's some crazy shit, over the top. He's humiliating people. Okay, he's the only difference is he's not killing them, but he's killing them inside slowly. He knows what he's
Right.
doing because he's hiding it. He's saying he's not doing it when he did.
Facts.
Yeah, but you see, my thing is this here, right? I don't think he's a narcissist at all. I think he's just reenacting something that was done to him over and over and over again. That's what I think
I
he's
can
going
agree with
through
what you're saying,
mentally.
brother. I can
That's what I think
understand
he's
where you're
going
coming
through
from, brother.
mentally. hmm
No,
That's what I'm
finish your point.
saying.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you
See,
off.
that's what
Go
I'm
ahead, bro.
saying. You see, that's what I'm saying. We're just assuming we don't know to the depths of the trauma that he faced. We don't know what his sister put him through. She could have tortured him. She could have been doing that to him.
Right.
Okay, so we don't know. This
Okay,
is
but
why
then
I say that
okay.
the sister right now, as far as I'm concerned, she needs to be arrested. She needs to be arrested and brought up
That's
on
a
child
fact.
molestation, and brought up on child molestation, no charges, because she created him.
Well, was she molested herself? Was she
We
put
don't,
into those conditions herself
we
to
don't know.
inflict it on her brothers?
Okay,
We
but
don't know.
Here's my point.
no,
Here's
no, no,
my
We don't
point.
Were
know
they
that.
the
We don't
hold
know that.
on.
We don't know
Hold
that.
on.
I don't want to turn this
Let me
into a.
let me get into this. And Rice, I want you to get into this, zero Kelvin. I want the
Okay.
same questions, but I want to get into this. And I understand where Maxim is coming from because let's be honest, and I know people is going to get pissed off of it, but understand where I'm coming from. If it would have been vice versa, we would have been more outraged. We have to keep it. Come on, if we're gonna keep it funky, we're gonna keep it funky and true. Let's keep it funky and true. If it would have been vice versa, it would have been more outrage. And again, I am not saying that what R.Kelly do is bad. It is, but it is alleged, and they've been saying this for a long time that his older sister had molested him. And they let it go just like that because at that time he was a little boy. He did not get no help and everything. So when all this festering up, now we talk about almost 40 damn years later. Now people want to say something about. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that people will talk up and everything. But I want people. But the question for Rice and Zero, what I asked before, I want you to answer that too. That
Okay.
us in our community, we have to get a grip. We have to talk about that. Sometimes these young boys is getting molested by women, and these
That's a
women,
fact.
and these women. What I'm saying, let me tell you this: these women, it's got to be the black women at times, got to head up these situations, and also us as men too. But could this been going on like that? And it seems like little by little, they are sweeping, and I know what Maxwell was talking about, they are sweeping what he told me, they sweeping under the rug and stuff like that. And then you got this oppressed system is throwing dots, choo, 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 while they on the sidelines that actually letting it happen and laughing. No, I'm not letting it go. And we should not let it go. Now we're at Rice. Go ahead, sister.
I mean, we can
Um.
test that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh. I was gonna say that I definitely agree with what Maxima was saying. I feel like a lot of times what the replica of him, like we talking about R. Kelly, a lot of times when this situation occurs is from the parent. So, whatever happened to him, um, it mentally, you know, compressed him in a way to where he thinks this is actually normal to do when it's not. What is possessing you as a grown man to uh, even be wanting to desire someone underage who can't even pee straight. And also, so yeah, he thinks it's normal because of what happened to him. And I say that because I had a nephew whose mother used to molest him. And he turned the other way, if you guys know what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
He doesn't like women because of what she did to him. So it does mess a person up mentally. And when a person doesn't seek help, like you guys were talking about earlier, it just makes things worse. Because sometimes people, they're too prideful to want to seek help, but they know they have a sickness that needs to be addressed. But instead of getting it addressed, this person, because they're famous and because they have yes men around them telling them, hey, yeah, nobody will find out. Let me go get you some girls real quick. Um, he's like, okay, cool. Nobody gonna find out. You know who I am? I'm R.Kelly. I could do what I want to do. And just walking around with that type of mentality. That's why, because he hasn't seeked help and he thinks that what he's doing is normal. But he's like, oh, this is normal because what happened to me was normal. So this is normal.
Mm-hmm. I
And
got you.
so I'm just gonna pass the
Well,
the
right,
stick over
right.
to Zero, huh?
Can I say one thing with you though? Well, if you think it's so, if he thought that it was so normal, he just uh, admit to it and be like, no, this is what we do,
Right,
right?
right,
So if he knows it's not normal, he knows it's not normal.
right,
He's been
right.
married before. Um, does R. Kelly even have kids? I didn't even
Yeah,
look
he
into
ha-
that.
Yeah, he got
yeah,
a
he
daughter.
has
He got
kids.
a
What I'm
daughter.
saying,
Yeah.
right? What
Okay,
I'm
is
saying
that
is
daughter
that
around?
no, I saw an
Yeah.
interview she did, and she was saying she hasn't seen him in a few years. But what I'm saying is this: he's acting like it's normal when it's really not.
It, right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm
In his
saying?
mind, when he's in his own mold of world, you're right. You and Max are right about that. And in his own reality, when he's at home and he
Yeah,
knows he's not getting judged, it's normal to him. He's all
right,
like, "What's the big deal?" Yeah,
right,
but especially if the girls like it or the parents are pushing, and y'all are right about this. This is why other people got to pay the consequences. Also,
right,
Mm-hmm.
he knows it's not normal in real society. He knows this is not acceptable,
Right.
but he feels like, oh, it's just the laws haven't changed for his behavior. Yeah.
Uh,
and
yeah.
another
And let
thing
me let me
too.
piggyback on what the
Hold
sister
on, hold
just
on,
said.
hold on,
Oh, I'm
hold on,
sorry.
hold
Go ahead.
on.
Go ahead. My bad. My bad. I didn't mean to cut in. Go
Hold
ahead.
Hold that door. Because I want I want zero Kelvin get into that. I will get into the conversation. He
Okay.
been waiting patiently.
Peace, bro.
Hey,
Peace, bro. Peace,
hey,
bro.
Zero.
Yeah. Before
Hi,
I get into the
Zero.
topic, hey, how you doing, Cutie? But before I get into that, I want to address that, like like we gotta stop cutting each other off, cause like earlier I was trying to say something, and I kept be cut off, so I thought my mic wasn't working. So I mean, like brother JT brought me on the panel, so I just wanted to have everybody be cognizant of that.
All right.
But
You
what the
know, yeah, go ahead.
but zero Kelvin, I want to get your
Yeah.
thing on.
Okay, yeah, like as far as like R. Kelly, like from what I've heard from him and what I've seen of him, like it seems like he didn't necessarily grow up in a normal childhood. Yeah, like with being molested by his sister. I also remember an interview he did on GQ a few years back where he talked about like his childhood with his mother, and it wasn't necessarily a normal one, because like from how he explained it, it sounded like his mother kind of sexualized him, like doing like weird stuff, like stuff that you probably shouldn't be doing with your kid, but she was doing
Mm-hmm.
it. So it was just like he was like it was like almost like she was treating him as a boyfriend or husband or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I
think so, and then on top of that, like it's like before people even knew that he was even getting down like that. Like as far as what I hear, people who live in Chicago, they've been knowing for the longest
Mm-hmm.
and did
Facts.
nothing.
Facts.
And I'm
And
like, y'all knew this whole time and y'all didn't say nothing. it's like okay. I mean, I get like the whole no snitching rule, but it's like that's the youth. That's that snitching. Y'all. I mean, if y'all wasn't gonna say nothing to the police, at least send a message to that nigga. That's all I gotta say on that.
Okay, but
My thing is that people keep saying that, and it's no slight on them because they're looking at it from their point of view because they see an adult, But what's not dawning on people is we're possibly looking at an adult that has the sexual mentality of a juvenile. Okay, so with that being said, I mean we can test to see just how honest we are about the situation by just simply changing the sex of the person involved. If R. Kelly was a famous female molesting little boys, would we feel the same way or would we have more empathy?
Well, I know I would, cause like with the whole thing after them about her, like people,
Would we still be
I
saying the same things like she knew what she was doing? Would we
oh no no oh
excommunicate?
no.
Would we excommunicate the people around them and not charge them with anything if she were a female, or would we bring them involved? As a matter of fact, some people would probably crucify the people around her if R. Kelly was a female. Some people
I would
would probably
crucify.
do everything
I
they
would
can to
crucify.
blame other people.
I would
So
crucify anybody around if they let anybody,
right.
do
So
that
are we
to a
truly
kid.
right? And so are we truly being honest about the situation? Are we really giving this man a fair shake? If he were a female, would we feel the same way? Would you still say the same things?
I would.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and like the reason why R. Kelly didn't do like time like like supposed to because like the women that was in question dropped the charges. So it's like you can't arrest nobody if the person who you're supposed to be charged against charge. I mean, have the charges put on them, like drops them. So have a you can't really arrest somebody if like the charges are dropped. So it's like I
Yeah,
mean
and I
if
feel right, and I feel
yeah
bad for him, man. I can't condone what he's done
yeah
because he's
I
an
don't either.
adult.
Yeah
But
I
I feel
can't
bad for
empathize
him.
with that brother.
yeah
I
I can't
honestly can't
empathize with them either.
empathize with that brother for the
I
simple
can't either.
fact that whenever he started getting caught up in the media, when the media called him out,
Mm,
all of a sudden he come out of nowhere and just use the fact to his advantage, like to point out the fact that I got molested as a child. That's
yeah
selfish.
yeah
I don't like that.
that's
Cause
but,
yeah that is messed up.
like I said, I'm a victim. I never once wanted to portray that shit on somebody or wait till I get caught to point out that I was a victim. My thing was the reason why I went and got help. I don't want nobody that went through what I went through and how that shit traumatized me. Now,
Right.
granted, I don't care how much money you got or how much money you don't got. Help is always free. You might be in debt, but fuck all that. You go to the emergency room and you still got to pay medical bills and all that. Go get
Right.
help.
you
Go
know,
Right.
get help. There's no excuses for that. There's no
yo,
excuses
Right.
for what R. Kelly doing.
Jacquel, I'm gonna tell you like what Jacquel, hold, GG, Jacquel. Now you know I'm go Jacquel. You know what's up, right? Now you remember what happened on my channel, right?
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
we ain't gonna get into that. And I could tell you this. And what happened to you, I am glad that you got help. But there are some people, they go through injustices, and there are some help is not around at the time. And then we are talking about this oppressed system was never really made for us. And I'm not making no excuses. And they
I
were
agree. I agree. I get
not
what you're
making no
saying.
excuses, but I'm saying to you personally, I for me it was injustices all over. But I said to myself, as a young man, I cannot be like this. So I got to break the cycle, no matter what. How this oppressed system trying to oppose on me. And I
That's a fact.
and I get no, I get what you're saying. I give everybody what I'm saying. And I'm saying like this that it's easy to say R. Kelly is do. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I'm with every one of you on the panel and everybody in the chat. But I'm saying like this: when certain things happen in our community, there are some that get help at that time, but majority of the time the help is not there because of conditions and economics. And until we talk about that very seriously, the cycle, excuse me, personal, the cycle do continues. But but other people should pay for it. And I'm with Maximum like this. Our community is supposed to take care of R. Kelly.
I agree. I agree. But again, brother, my thing is, why wait till you get caught up to identify that you were victimized and that you should have got help? You already knew you were a victim. Now,
And he
this
got money.
brother, that's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You knew this. Don't use your victimhood when it's
Hmm.
convenient for you to try to
Mm-hmm.
get escape what you did to
I'm
somebody
not
else.
into excuses. I'm with Raquel. I'm not into excuses like that. I don't like people lying on themselves, sitting
Right,
there,
right.
yeah, putting the blame on everybody else, like it ain't their fault. Like you did this. No, it ain't the person who puppeteered you before, because you got free will. You were born to make your own decision. Because you know what? The same people who was born in that same household will not conduct themselves the same in the same behaviors.
Now,
So
in R. Kelly's
you
defense,
cannot
my
blame
BP.
you cannot blame it on product. You cannot blame it on, oh well, no, if everybody got touched or everybody got we all used to get lined up for our spanking. Do you see me beating my child? No.
facts.
Okay.
Again, we're assuming that we're dealing with a person that is operating in the proper state of mind.
Bro, I understand exactly where you're coming from. I understand. But my thing is, don't you find it odd that whenever we never knew that this man was abused as a child until he was caught up on charges? Why do we have to wait this long to know that you were abused as a child? Why
Raquel, I'm not
why use
even that
that as a
close.
convenience for you? Is
I,
all I'm
I,
saying.
I'm not even that.
Right.
So he
I
came up with this
understand.
lie. He came up with this lie. Oh, I can't read, I can't write, but you writing songs. You writing up and down these little girls' ass.
Yeah, I
It's
understand.
like it's like it's like it's
Yeah,
like
well,
one of
y'all,
y'all robbed me. I'm gonna give
hold
you a prime
on,
example.
hold
One of
on,
y'all robbed me.
hold on,
Oh,
y'all.
my bad, bro, my bro.
Or Rice and Zero get into it. Go ahead, Rice, and then Zero, please.
I want to say this. Um, I agree with y'all talking points. Y'all made some strong talking points. Like, why would he wait? You know what I'm saying? And he's very cognizant of what he's doing. And I feel like, just piggybacking off what you guys were saying, when people have money and power, they tend to, like you said, use scapegoats to cover up what they're doing. And they have, it goes so deep, you guys. And I just want to say this real quick, and I'm gonna let Zero talk. It's a billionaire named Jeffrey Epstein. He's a billionaire. He has an island. It's for pedophiles to go to and do whatever to underage kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it just runs real deep. So people with money, they really have that mentality to where I could do whatever the f I want to do when I want to do it, and y'all not gonna do nothing about it. R. Kelly has been around so many type of people, that has money. So, he's doing it. He think this shit is normal. So, and we know it's not normal. So I agree with y'all talking points. Like, why would he? I agree with what Maximum said, and I agree with y'all said, what Jaquel said, and Gigi. Like, why would he? He's not mentally in the right state of mind because he's mentally off. But at the same time, he is very aware of what he's doing. He just feel like, I could do what I want to do. And what y'all gonna do about it? Basically, type of mentality. Because, like you said, we didn't know all of this stuff. So it's like he's using it as a
Right.
scapegoat to condone his behavior. So I agree with both of y'all key points.
Thank you. Zero, my brother, please.
yeah. And I'm gonna pick back up what some right said. Yeah, like with like him like being allowed to sleep with these girls, and I'm sure like some of these girls probably say, oh yeah, I get to sleep with a celebrity, and their parents seen this as opportunity to get some money out of them. So he's been allowed to do this for so long, and then when it comes down to somebody, with that whole thing with the sex tape and all that, that was like why the charges could get dropped
Mm-hmm.
because of that. And I mean, like what a lot of people don't know is like a little bit after that, I think he got charged like 31 counts of child pornography, and he did actually get locked up for that one, but he didn't. I mean, he was still able to get let out to do shooting for like his videos and all that. But other than that, but he didn't really stay too long in jail, and just see like like he didn't even. I was like, wow, he didn't even stay that long in jail and still allowed to go out and and do music videos. I was thinking like, man, that's crazy. But now, like, now like, they did the whole like, surviving R. Kelly. I didn't really watch it because I was like, I already know, what he's doing out here, and I'm like, and like when this documentary came out, like, oh, now people want to get all upset about R. Kelly, but where was y'all outrage all them years ago? Where was y'all outrage when you found out he was married to Aaliyah? Where was
Facts.
the outrage then?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree totally, Zero Kevin.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go more on the point because I was one of the few brothers was outraged, and it, brothers and sisters outraged all
Hmm.
around this country. But it falls on deaf ears. But I'm gonna ask this question, and I'm gonna start off with Zero Kevin. Calvin,
Okay.
and again, thanks for coming, my brother.
Oh,
Very
no
much
problem.
appreciated. Because y'all always hear from you, and I always love your input. You always show love to a brother, and I appreciate that throughout the years. Um,
No problem. Anytime, brother.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you this, and this is a true story, family. Last year, there is a teacher, and after, but I'm gonna put it out there, and I'm gonna let the rest of the panel know, not you, Kev. Rest of the panel know in the chat. Do not change the subject. I don't want y'all to change the subject. I'm very stern on this. Do not change the subject. Very serious. In our community, somewhere in the Midwest, last year, it was a woman that she's a teacher in our community had molested three boys. They was not 18. Come to find out, one of them got her pregnant. Again, she's a teacher. She was married with three other kids. She went to court and everything. She got a slap on the wrist. They made her like a lower grade sex offender, and she only got 6 years probation.
I
And that
remember this. That was the white lady, right?
no, it's a no. I
It
don't know
was
what you talking about. No, this one's black on the.
okay.
So Zero
Okay.
Kevin, what do you think about that? And down the line, don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Like as far as like that story, like when I used to hear it, like when I was younger, I used to think like, oh yeah, that's no big deal. You got kid by like it. But then like once I like seen like like how like some of the stories like how it affected the like affected some of the guys down there, I'm just like, yeah, that's I mean that's like pretty much wrong. Like if a guy was doing that to a young girl, like cause like you mess these boys up heads up psychologically, especially if they ain't really been that experience. Like they still growing up, they still doing all this. And I remember hearing about one story about like this boy who had like I think he was like 15 who had like slept with a teacher, and then like after the teacher left him, he committed suicide. So I'm like, dang, like you messing these boys' heads up, and then on top of that, you got a family, so you ain't even got no business doing that. And then another thing, you a teacher too.
Right.
Like that's like you crossing so many lines with that, and it's just like it's like sad, like cause like she gets slapped on the wrist, but it had just been the other way around. They throw him under the jail.
Mm-hmm.
It's I mean it's just like you see like men who been like been raped by women. People don't think that's a thing, but it is. And when they go to police to report it, then they got to get laughed at. They get not get taken seriously. But let it be the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you know they'll get all the help. But it's just sad like to see something like that happen and then like to get pregnant by one of them. Now you're bringing another child into this.
Now, now I want before I go to rights, I want to ask you a question. You know I have man's talk on my channel, right? Zero Kevin,
Who is that?
Zero Kevin. I
What's
said, do
up?
you know I have? Do you know I have man's channel on my? You know I have man's talk on my channel, right?
Who? Oh
Me.
yeah. Men's
Now
talk. Yeah, yeah.
let me ask you a question as a man. Do you think that I'm just putting it out there, and the rights I'm gonna get to you and everybody. Do you
Okay.
think as a man,
Yeah.
as a respectful black man, made major contributions in our community? We appreciate that we should talk about this on Man's Talk,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah. I mean, I think it should be something to be talked about over men's talk, like, cause it's not getting talked about anywhere else.
Okay. Thank you. I'm just putting it out there because I'm thinking about it. I just want to, thank you. I appreciate you. And now I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you another question for you, Ms. Rice.
All right.
Yeah, I'm here.
Same question.
Um, yeah, so I feel like, well, I think that she was only given 6 months for.
Yeah, 6 months probation. That's it. And then they the sex offender they lowered the grade. So practically she
I think that that's disgusting, and it just really needs to stop because, like I said before, I can't fathom what a grown person would want from a kid that is still mentally underdeveloped. And I feel like it's a mental illness, and a lot of what I've heard is that it it has something to do with, like you said, mental illness, and also them feeling like they can have control over a person who can't think for themselves. And I just feel like I just think it's disgusting. You're a teacher, and you're supposed to be a leader in the community. So for you to have done that, it's disgusting. And also, why would you spend all these years getting your teaching degree, passing the state exams or whatever exams you took, just to throw that all away? Like, are you stupid? And I just don't understand that you're a teacher. So you can can't you get somebody your age? Can't you go out and find somebody your age to talk to, or that's of age? So you mean to tell me you spend at least 8 to 10 years in school getting whatever degree or degrees you have, just to throw it down the drain, down the garbage drain, and you only got 6 months probation? You're a teacher. You should have been in jail. I've read so many stories about different stories about this specific topic, and it's disgusting. I remember reading one story where a teacher got pregnant by one of the high school students or middle school students or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, like, really? You're a teacher. What would even possess you to even do that? The Subway dude, Jared, he's in jail for the same thing, talking to an underage boy, and he's married and have kids. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you're Jared, the Subway, face of Subway. You mean to tell me that you couldn't cheat on your wife with somebody your age? You know what I'm trying to say? So it's not funny at all. It's not a funny matter. I'm just saying that it's just really disgusting to me. And I just think that, these people have a severe mental illness and it needs to be addressed. And I'm trying to figure out why isn't it being addressed? You know what I'm trying to say? I know people have their own choices to decide on, hey, I want to go get help or not. But I mean, should like Gigi said, shouldn't something ping in your head and say, hey, something is wrong with me? I should go seek some help because this is not normal. Me being attracted to this little boy or girl, this is not normal for me. I should go seek help. But do you guys know that pedophiles are fighting to get equal rights? Oh yeah, they think that, oh well, the LGBTQ community got rights. They can get married. So us pedophiles, we need to be fighting for equal rights because they think that they feel like, hey, it's not that we're acting out on this, it's that we have a liking to people that's very, very young. That's their excuse. And you guys could do some research on that as well. No, that's not normal. It's not the same. You being a pedophile is not equivalent to people being attracted to the same sex. You can't compare the two. It's not the same. Because let me tell you something. If a law gets passed where a pedophile is able to walk up to your little kid and say, hey, you 10 years old, F your mom and daddy. Let me slide you my number. It's going to be a lot of people getting murked around this motherfucker. Okay?
I hear
and that's what I got to say about that. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, that's good. Maximum, my brother.
Yeah, as far as that, to piggyback off what the sister just said, I agree with her 100%. They're already laying the groundwork for that. They're fighting for a law now that will allow a 9-year-old girl to walk into a drugstore and purchase for what is it? Birth control? Yes, birth control things without their parents' consent.
9 years old?
Yeah, they're fighting for that right now.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a lot of truth to what the sister is saying. And as far as the teacher's concerned, here's my problem with this. How in the world she gets 6 months probation? I don't get that. You're talking about a person that's entrusted with the care and well-being of other people's children. Are you kidding me? 6 months probation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
See,
brother.
this is the cockamamie system that we live under. You know, when you have outlandish disparities like that, she should have been dealt with in the harshest manner because we expect more from her. She's entrusted with with the well-being of other people's children, for crying out loud.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know it's sick. Yeah, I know. Jaquel. Jaquel.
Yes, sir. My bad. My bad. I was trying to greet the brother Muhammad is the one. Peace, Muhammad is the one. I hope you doing all right over there, my G. I was worried about you for a while. I know you was in the hospital a few weeks ago, so
Yeah, shout out to Mom's.
I'm glad you're doing all right, bro. You seem to be in good health. So peace and love to you, big bro. But basically my thing is this, man. It's okay. Before I even go into my point, they got two sisters on the panel. May I have permission to speak freely? And if y'all disagree or if y'all find my comments disrespectful, could y'all please check me, please?
No, you can go ahead.
Good.
Okay.
Okay. I don't get offended.
Go ahead, bro.
I just need to make sure that is known that I don't come across as trying to be disrespectful or I could be wrong in a situation. I don't mind being wrong.
This is my.
I get it, but I still need to be respectful.
And the women on there, they not like that. They not like them other women on other YouTube. These are.
I understand that. I just want to make sure I want to show my respect to everybody on the panel.
This is
and all that.
Just talk. You good. Big bro got you, dog.
I bet. Now I got my big dog co-signing. I got the sisters on the platform, and hopefully everybody that's a lady that's in the chat. Hopefully I got y'all permission to speak. But let's get to it. Now I hate to be that guy to say like it's a difference between how they justify doing things to a male and a female, because how they doing R. Kelly right now is different how they would attack a woman, whether she be whatever ethnicity she wants to identify herself as in this society. They always make her out to be the victim. And I think that's hugely a problem in our community. Cause it comes to a point in our community where it's like I remember coming up where if you get somebody that's older than you and you have intercourse with that person, that dignifies you as a man. I don't look at it like that. She robbed you of your innocence because you not of mind frame or maturity to understand exactly what you're putting yourself into. So let's put that out the way right there. But as far as like this pedophilia thing in our country it's a curse, and I just don't like the way the media is portraying it to put it to where it's solely in our community. They're making us the face of it. For instance, you got this person, I believe his name is Epstein. I think that's his name. That's in Florida. He went to court and all that behind a child pedophilia ring, and the media barely covered it. They had somebody that was running for Senate or Congress up in Alabama, and he was touching on little girls and all that, and they don't really report on that in the same degree they would do with a R. Kelly.
I understand, Jaquel, I understand what you're saying. I want you to ask the question what I said before a few minutes ago because you're getting off the subject. I want you to stay focused. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to repeat it again, then after that, I'm going to hit Gigi. Do you think it's right that a teacher in Midwest molests boys less than 18? She got a slap on the wrist for 6 months probation, and they lower her grade for be a sex offender. What do you think about that?
Okay, to answer that question directly, because I was getting back to that point, I was just going out the way. So thank you for checking me on that, brother. Thank you. But as a teacher, your responsibility is to be that your student's parent until that child goes home. So if you take advantage of a child's innocence that you chose to lay up with that child, you should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, whether you be male or female. So no, I don't agree with it. A woman should not get no probation. She should be tried to the letter of the law. She should get hard punishment, just like a male should get hard punishment. Point blank, period. That's it.
Okay, cool. Gigi. Yeah.
Hey. I agree. I agree with Rice and Raquel, and even Max said, I'm just gonna go like this. I'm gonna go back to my old days. I'm just gonna speak from my account because I remember as girls, we used to have crushes on our teachers. You used to have that fine male ass teacher. You like, ooh, hey, Mr. E. Where's he looking? Hey, Mr. E. Anyway, but he never put his hands on us. He never gave us second thoughts. Now, I had a female teacher, and this is back in the day when the desk didn't have the partition, so you couldn't see what was up her skirt, and she would always wear mini skirts and open her legs wide open for the boys to see. That teacher we knew she was a badass teacher. You know what I mean? She didn't give no ass, no nothing. She used to smoke in front of our face, all that. She used to flirt with the other teachers. She was a train wreck. Shit that they make movies out of. That was that teacher. And I'm sure she fucked a bunch of this, because the football players talk, they ain't keeping nothing on the wraps. They say who they mess with. And so, you hear in a roundabout way oh yeah, Miss So-and-so is about to give us a ride. I'm like, I'm sure that's all she gonna give you, huh? We used to really go in. I mean, and it wasn't just that one teacher. It was a few teachers that did this crap. A few female teachers I noticed that did this a lot of times. So So, it's not just generally just teachers. Now, like in my back in my day or whatever, even male friends or even family members, where I'm like, when did you lose your virginity? And who did you lose your virginity to? They either gonna say it was a babysitter, the teacher, or some cousin or some. I'm like, for real? They really, and it's usually some older chick. And I'm like, these old bras need to find some man their own age. This is why we can't. We're in this pattern now where things are so blurred. So things are so, but it's not. This is not the first time this has happened to us. This has been going on in history for a long time, right? It's just kind of like, oops. And then so like there was even a whole movie that they made about this one teacher who she slept with her student, and then they killed him and his friends killed the husband. Husband had no idea she was having an affair with these kids, right? But she's in jail. She's in jail for his death, and she's still trying to say, "Well, I had nothing to do with it." But it was like, "Well, you fuck with these little kids, and you mess with their dicks, you mess with their minds."
All right. Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, you crazy. But yeah, I want to say this though before we continue. I do have PayPal in the chat. Also, I have super chat. So anybody that wants to donate, feel free. If not, hit the like button. I'm gonna say it again. I do got PayPal account. Also, I had super chat. And if you can't do none, I understand how the economics is going. And but make sure you hit the like button. That's all I'm saying. Hit the like button. All right. The question that I want to ask, and I want anybody to answer this. That now we got all this is really going down because we gotta make we gotta understand. R.Kelly is going down for this. Ain't no ledge. Ain't nothing on about that. He's going down for it. He gonna do some time. The system, when the system get you, they get you. They gonna find a way to get you. Look what happened to Bill Cosby. They gonna get you. They gonna get you. So where do us as a people go from here? What are the lessons that we can learn? And I would say start from Rice. Rice?
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I had to unmute myself. The lesson to be learned, my thoughts on that is that the lesson to be learned is that if you're an adult and you're desiring a little kid that's underage, you need help. And as you know, I don't care if you're a teacher, if you're a singer, if you're poor, if you're rich, you need to seek help because there's something really wrong with that. But you know, a lot of people are going with the old times, like the 1700s when it wasn't any laws for set in place for this. So a lot of people mind frames is still stuck back then, even and they know it. They know that it was no laws for this, and I feel like that's sick. And the lesson to be learned is that you need help, and instead of thinking that it's normal for you to do, and instead of thinking that, hey, nobody's going to know, I can do what I want to do. No, you can't do what you want to do. That's why there is laws set into place for this type of stuff. And now pedophiles are fighting to get these laws passed and to have equal rights. And the lesson to be learned is that um, you need to seek help immediately, because what you're doing is not right. No real parent is going to let you walk up to their little kid and say, "Hey, take my number, baby." F your parents. No, you're going to get murked on sight. Period. Especially from a real parent. So these other parents that's like, go ahead with him, girl. Go ahead with R.Kelly. Oh yeah, he got money. Go ahead and do it. Because I had you when I was 15 or 16. No, No, so the lesson to be learned is that more people like everybody on this panel, we're setting the example. So if we continue to set that example, I feel like it'll minimize this type of behavior going on. But in society, especially the society that we live in today, a lot of this behavior is condoned. Is islands, is private islands set for people to go on to conduct this type of behavior.
Mm.
So it's being said by society that hey, it's okay to do. They may slap a risk on a couple of people, but the majority is showing. They don't have to say it out their mouth. They're showing us that they're saying by their actions that this is okay to do. And it's social engineering people mentally to think that it's okay to do when it's not okay to do. Period. So that's
And
what I have to say.
well, I want to agree with. Can I just say underrated? I want to agree with Bryce on that because it does give you a sense of. Because if you told me it was okay to do this here and I wouldn't be reprimanded, I probably would. You know, and you are so right because there is a society. This is why there is sex trafficking. There is a society that makes billions of trafficking human
Hmm.
beings. There are
Right.
slaves still out here. Like we keep thinking about what our ancestors did, what they had to do to keep us going. Now it's time for us to pull the new slaves out,
Right.
and we're not seeing the big picture. We're constantly just focused on it's because of race. It ain't a race of people. Okay, yeah, they're using this image. They're trying to break you down, and they're trying to break you down in certain ways. So, see, they're trying to make you not believe in yourselves. But what you got to understand is this sickness is going on with everybody. It ain't just one person. So quit focusing on the one person and start focusing on the other. So instead of us talking about just R. Kelly, because we knew about R. Kelly, the messed up thing is we didn't want to believe it so much, or we knew about it. We knew what was in our face. The thing is, we didn't want to be brought down again. No, we gotta lick our wounds and freaking figure out. Okay, we had a fuck up. Okay, let's move on. Let's find another greater, a better one. This time, let's actually do background check.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm just saying.
yeah, I get what you're saying. But we are talking about the broader thing, what's going on. That's what I'm saying. Maximum, my brother.
Let me see. A lesson to be learned. Hmm. Is it really a lesson to be learned? I mean, if you really look at the situation, we pretty much know what it is.
I want to hear from you though.
Yeah, I mean, a lesson to what kind of lesson can we learn from this jacked up situation? I honestly don't know. I really don't. I don't think there's any lessons that can be learned here because the situation is an obvious situation. We all
Hmm.
know what should happen. We all know what happened. We all know what shouldn't have happened. Now, we pretty much all feel the same way. We may differ on a few things, but we're all coming to the same conclusion, pretty much. I mean,
Hmm.
he's going to get what he deserves, and some of us differ on the people around him. I feel the sister needs to be arrested. I guess the lesson to be learned here is uh, I really, I don't see any lessons. I
Okay.
really don't know what's
All
going
right.
on.
I get you. I respect that. I respect that. Zero, Kevin.
I
Yeah,
don't know what you
and
possibly could learn from this situation.
yeah. I mean, I kind of agree with brother Max on that. I don't think there's really too much situation to learn, but I think if there is any situation to learn, it's like we need to stop letting stuff like this slide because I mean I used to when I used to live in the hood, like I remember like when I was younger, like some teenage girl they be going to sleep with grown men. I would
Hmm.
hear in high school like how like girls and like younger some girls in my school be dating the dude that's grown, and I just be like, what? Why are you dating this grown man? But but it's just like when we let stuff slide like that, like then
Mm-hmm.
when it gets too big, then we're like, oh we're not standing by it now. It's like now you're not standing by it. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's like I said earlier. I said, if you don't want to bring police into it, okay, I get that. But I mean, if you wanted to stop it, or at least, do at least one, two things. Either beat him down to the point where he can't do it no more, or he won't do it no more, or two, just make him disappear. Now, see again, just send a message to all other dudes who might think about trying, or all other women might think about trying, and see how that works out.
Mm-hmm. I got you. Well, maybe I
And
worded wrong and everything, and I apologize for it and everything. I'm gonna say like this. Before I get to, no matter of fact, Jockwell, you go ahead. You go ahead. I wait to last.
I put it to everybody that's in the chat on the panel. First of all, salute and love to everybody that participated, whether you be on the panel and in the chat. But my thing is identifying a problem early. And it could be somebody, it could be your homeboy, your homegirl, or whatever. If you hear somebody say some stuff like, I can't wait till that person make 18, that's a problem. There's nowhere in the world that you should be looking at a child and be automatically fixated on waiting on her to be 18 or him to be 18. That's dangerous. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, teach your children self respect and self esteem. Teach them that their body is important in this world. Nobody should invade that privacy. Nobody should take advantage of that privacy. Nobody should do any of that to you. Point blank, period. And if you are an elder person in the community, you should protect that by all means necessary. So that behavior don't becomes a cycle in our community, because it became a cycle in our community. You could blame the crack era, whatever. We can't allow we can't allow this behavior to continue to go on in our community, people,
Mm-hmm.
because this is messing our children up. So my thing is, let's protect our children better. Learn, let's teach them earlier to treasure their value as a person. Don't let nobody invade your temple. Your body is your temple. That's the gateway to your subconscious. Don't let nobody invade that. And if you feel uncomfortable, whether you be underage or of age, let somebody know. Don't wait whenever you feel as if you were victimized or you were taken advantage of. Speak on that. Speak on it. And always just hold yourself to the highest esteem, and don't ever feel like it was your fault that you got victimized or something like that. And don't put yourself in a position to where you can be victimized, especially as a youngster. And that's all.
I will say this. I mean, I'm sorry I worded like that way because it wasn't my intentions. I feel us as a people, we gotta advocate more. We gotta learn to take our own, no matter what happened to our young girls and our young boys. We gotta advocate to protect them more. And it cannot. And I have to say this, it cannot be double standard no more. It can't. If it's wrong, it's wrong, and they need to get dealt with. Black man or black woman, it needs to get dealt with. And I don't want to hear you guys to understand. No, 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 no. It was good for the good. It's damn gan for the gander. Hell with that. And so what I'm going to do, I want each of y'all make your last remarks, and then I want you to make my last remarks, and I'm going to close this out. And it's been an outstanding conversation. And I believe, and I really feel that each and everybody on the panel and even people in the chat, we find solutions. And I hope that people that is hearing this, that is looking, that they can also follow the examples that we set in this morning. And Gigi, I want you to start off with your last remarks, please.
Oh, okay. My last remarks is I don't think you. Uh, I seriously, okay, I don't think R. Kelly is a product of his existence or whatever he was brought up in. I think that's just an excuse. I don't believe once a liar, always one of those things. I don't think once a liar, always a liar, but he's lied his way where he turns the truth into a lie to manipulate. He's a manipulator. All right, we got to look at him for what he is. And since we're talking about R. Kelly, we got to look at him for what he is. And for the women who do abuse, we got to look at them for what they are. They are manipulators. They sit there and they use it like I'm just a woman. What was I supposed to do? I've got needs. Girl, take your ass to the doctor. I don't know. What I'm saying is, we cannot make excuses for these people. This is how they're getting away with shit. All right? This is how we're going, well, it just happened that one time. Or this is when you blame the child and go, well, what did you do to invoke that shit? And then it's like, really, though? Really? That's it.
Thank you, Gigi. Thank you. Jaquel, last remarks, please.
First of all, I want to thank everybody that's in the chat, everybody on the panel. Y'all have no idea how much I learned from y'all, and I appreciate so much of the knowledge that y'all bless me with every time I'm on live. So thank y'all. I love y'all every time. My thing is this, as to people that's maybe younger than me or younger generation that's listening to my brother's live stream, don't ever let nobody dictate your worth or make you question yourself as to why they doing something or abusing you in a situation. Don't ever say like you were too weak, because I know a lot of people, they'll put it in your mind frame that you're weak and you deserve it. You don't deserve nobody abusing you in any kind of way, man or woman. Point blank, period. So my thing is protect yourselves, know your self-worth, know your history. Just observe. Like it's very key to absorb your community so you know what's wrong and what's right. Before they even get a chance to even touch you or violate you, always know your self-worth. And that's all. I love y'all though. Thank y'all.
Stay right there. Appreciate that. My brother Maximum.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Hello.
Yeah, last remarks.
Just good panel, man. Good discussion. Glad to be a part of it. Hopefully, I can come back and be a part of some other great panel you
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, tonight. I forgot to mention tonight. If you're not busy, I don't know, it's gonna be 9 o'clock or after. It's gonna be man's talk tonight.
got. What kind of talk?
Definitely.
And what kind of talk
Brother,
is that?
I can't really hear you. Maybe it's just me, but I can't really hear the brother speaking right now.
Can you hear me
Oh
right now? Can you
yeah,
hear me
you
Yes,
got
better?
sir. Yes, sir. That's perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Now, what kind of talk you were saying?
man's talk every Friday night, 9 o'clock, or
Okay.
sometimes 9:30, or sometimes 10 o'clock.
Sounds good. If the gray
And
regime don't go live, then I'll definitely be over.
well, like last week, because I know you stay with me like 30 minutes and you drop off. But I understand whatever you could bring to the table is fine.
That's what's up.
Just bring something. Don't don't
Now,
don't come don't come with something. I always tell people, don't come with no whole ass shit. I'm not going
Facts,
for it.
facts, facts. And I saw the brother in a
You
couple
know
of
what I
other live streams, and he dropped some nice gems. So thank you, brother, for dropping some gems that I can apply to my life. That's
mean?
could
Yeah.
benefit my future generation that come after me. So thank you, brother. Like you always got something to contribute. Don't ever take for granted that we don't appreciate what you bring to the table.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Um, I can say, all right, thank you. Fucking computer pissing me the fuck off. Oh, sorry about that, fam. Rice. Last remarks,
Yeah.
please.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you, Underrated, for bringing me on the panel. I appreciate that. And I want to thank everybody on the panel for, the thoughts that everybody have given. Again, I've learned a lot as well. And my final thoughts is basically, we just have to keep our eyes open to what's really going on in the world in all aspects, because this is just one of the major issues that we have. And pertaining to this topic, um, my final thoughts is that uh, if you um, are an adult and you feel like it's okay to look at an underage person, boy or girl, in a way that you shouldn't be looking at them or thinking, then you do need to seek some type of help, because there's something very wrong with that. And that's my final thought.
And thank you, sister. I'm glad you came on the panel. I hope that it won't be the last time.
Thank you.
Would it? Because if it's
No, no.
the last time, I get pissed off at you. You don't want.
No, it's not gonna be the last time.
I just messed with you. I appreciate. I appreciate you, and I just want to say one last thing before I get to my brother Zero Calvin, that I be hearing you for a while and stuff like that, and I like what you bring to the table and stuff like that. And like I said, let's build. That's what I'm all about. Let's build. The
Thank
black,
you.
the black man and the black woman, we deserve to be together no matter what.
All right, facts. Thank you.
And brother, if you see her, yo, all I can say thumbs up. That's all I can say. I just messing with you. My brother, the one and only, Zero Kelvin. Last remarks, please.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to thank you for letting me come onto the panel and talk with the chat, and like it was good talking to brother Maxim and brother Jaquel. The brothers had some good insight, and Rice. She's a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah. I mean, she also, she's a great artist. She even designed my avatar right here.
Oh,
So
you holding out rights? I like that Avatar too. Oh, Kelvin, you be holding out for years, bro. That's messed.
Yeah, I do be holding out. Yep.
Yeah, Kelvin, we want to talk about
and
it. You know, we know each other for a long time, Kelvin. And you holding
yeah,
out underrated, man. That's effed up, man.
I mean, yeah, I ain't been getting you for a minute, bro. Gotta catch up.
Yeah, well, that's messing. We gonna catch up. We definitely gonna catch up. Go. You finish?
Yeah. Now one more thing I want to say,
Okay.
it was great seeing Gigi again, my favorite cutie. I was
Yo,
messing with you, but she cool people. She cool people,
hey, yo,
and
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. And I mean, yeah. Like, thank you. I'm gonna go drink some water now. But
yeah,
but yeah,
man,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
playing
yeah,
on
yeah.
my channel, man. I'm supposed to do the flirting on my channel, though. You just can't cut me off, man. What's up with
Oh, well. Oh, my bad. You
that?
going flirt?
I
Going
just,
flirt?
I just playing, man. Hey, yo, still, I be flirting too. I be smart. You should see me. I'm damn small. Almost dropped the drink on the goddamn floor. I had these damn women on there. Drop that down.
Yeah,
Oh shit! Now I see Rice and Gigi. My fault. But I want you to stay right there, brother. But I want to say this: that I want people that outside that is listening that there's a strong panel tonight, and each of them had gave them their solutions, and they are willing going back in our community to stand up against the ugliness that's really happened, that deliberately is really pushing upon us, even if of this oppressed system, excuse me, of this oppressed system, and especially the ones that looks like us work on this oppressed system. Now I'm talking about mainstream media. They cannot stop our narrative. No more. Nah. We cannot let that happen anymore. Our community, our narrative. We stand up of anything that is ugly, that delivered, that hurt our community. It's time for us to get back and get these rotten seeds and throw their ass in the garbage so they could be gone. Because some of our people that work in mainstream media, they don't want to do it. They just want the devil's money. They want to sit at the devil's table. They want to eat at these chicken dinners. They want the hands to be greased over us. No more. No more. Our time. Let's take our community back. It goes for the underrated one. Again, if anybody want to donate before I get off, feel free. Man's Talk is going to be tonight. It's going to be 9 o'clock. But I might have the engagement I might have to deal with, so it might be a little late tonight. But it's definitely going to be Man Talk. So I'm urging Zero Kelvin to come. Maxim say he's going to come. Jaquel's going to come. And the women, if you want to come to participate, you can participate in the chat and everything. We building as men. I'm just letting you know right now, they said men is not building. We are building. We are building for ourselves. We are building for our family. We are building for our community. We are building for our own nation. So, sisters, we are doing it. Maybe they might be seeing they do it, but right here on this channel, we are doing it. We want to be in alignment with our black women. But also, black women, you have to understand, when we put in the work, you got to be in alignment with us. You want strong masculinity, man? This is what it's all about. All right, so on behalf of everybody, I think somebody is sleeping. So what we're going to do on this one, until next time, get old